If you're Gen Z, chances are you've already seen hundreds of videos telling you how to budget, save, or invest. But let's be real, most of those tips sound great in theory and fall apart in real life. You want freedom, flexibility, and experiences, not just numbers on a spreadsheet. The problem? Some of the habits we're picking up now are quietly draining our future, and most people won't notice until it's too late. So today, let's talk about the 9 biggest budgeting mistakes Gen Z is making right now, and more importantly, how to fix them before they wreck your financial future. Mistake number 1, relying on vibes instead of a plan. A lot of young people today budget by guessing. You check your account balance, swipe your card, and hope the money stretches until next payday. The issue is, hope is not a strategy. Without a plan, small daily expenses sneak up and snowball into big financial stress. The fix? Create a simple spending structure. You don't need complicated spreadsheets. Use a budgeting app or even the 50-30. 20 rule. 50% of your money goes to needs, 30 to wants, 20 to savings and debt. Even a loose plan is better than relying on, "I think I'll be fine." Mistake number 2. Thinking budgeting equals restriction. So many people avoid budgeting because they believe it means saying no to fun. But here's the secret. Budgeting is actually about freedom. When you decide ahead of time where your money goes, you control your lifestyle instead of feeling guilty after every purchase. The fix here is to reframe budgeting as permission. If you want to spend $100 a month on eating out, set it in the budget. That way you can enjoy it guilt-free, knowing it's already accounted for. Mistake number 3. Ignoring small subscriptions. Netflix, Spotify, extra cloud storage, a fitness app, maybe a random course you forgot you signed up for. It all adds up. Gen Z loves convenience, but $5 charges stacking up across multiple platforms quietly eat away at your budget. The fix: do a subscription audit every month. Ask yourself, do I actually use this? If the answer's no, cancel it. You'll be surprised how much money you free up without changing your lifestyle. Mistake number 4, relying too heavily on buy now, pay later. Services like Klarna, Afterpay, and Affirm make it seem harmless to split payments into 4. The psychology feels easy. You're not spending $200, just $50 today. But the trap is, when you spread out 5 or 6 different purchases across different platforms, suddenly you're juggling multiple bills you weren't ready for. The fix is simple. If you can't afford to pay for something in full at checkout, you can't afford it right now. Use BNPL for emergencies only, not lifestyle upgrades. Mistake number 5. Not building an emergency fund. This one feels boring, but it's the most important. Most Gen Zers either put off savings because they think "I'll do it later," or they believe it's impossible on their income. The truth is, not having even a small safety net turns one flat tire or one broken phone into a financial disaster. The fix? Start tiny. Put aside even $10 to $20 a week. It doesn't sound like much, but consistency builds momentum, and before long you'll have a few hundred set aside. That small buffer is what keeps you from swiping a credit card or taking a high-interest loan the next time life hits. And here's the kicker. These first 5 mistakes are just the beginning. If you recognize yourself in any of them, don't panic. Everyone slips into these habits, but the earlier you notice, the faster you can adjust. And trust me, the second half of this list is where things get really eye-opening, because the next mistakes are the ones quietly sabotaging long-term goals without you even realizing it. Mistake number 6, using credit cards as free money. Credit cards can be powerful tools, but many young people treat them like extra income instead of a financial tool. It feels painless to swipe now and worry about it later. But the reality is, interest rates can be brutal, often above 20%. That $50 dinner could turn into $80 or more if you only make minimum payments. The fix? Use credit cards like a debit card. Only spend what you already have in your account. Pay your balance in full every month. That way, you actually build credit and maybe even earn rewards without falling into debt. Mistake number 7, not tracking spending at all. A lot of Gen Zers rely on just remembering where their money went. The problem is, you almost always underestimate. That daily iced coffee, late-night food delivery, and random Amazon purchases add up faster than you think. And if you don't track, you never really know where your money leaks are. The fix? Automate tracking. Link your bank accounts to a free finance app, or even just check your bank statement weekly and highlight unnecessary expenses. Once you see where the leaks are, plugging them becomes way easier. Mistake number 8. Delaying investing because I'm still young. It's true that Gen Z has time, but waiting too long actually kills your biggest advantage: compound growth. Even investing a small amount early beats trying to catch up later with larger amounts. For example, if you start putting just $50 a month into an index fund at age 22, you could end up with way more than someone who waits until 30 and tries to double that contribution. The fix: start now, even if it's tiny. Apps that allow fractional investing make it easier than ever to begin with just a few dollars. Mistake number 9. Letting lifestyle creep take over. This one is sneaky. You get a raise, or maybe you pick up a side hustle, and suddenly your spending grows right alongside your income. That extra money could have gone into savings, investments, or paying off debt, but instead it goes toward Uber rides, nicer clothes, or upgrading your phone every year. The fix? When your income grows, increase your savings rate before increasing your spending. Lock in a rule, like saving half of every raise. That way, your lifestyle improves gradually, but your financial security grows much faster. Now here's the truth most people won't tell you. Fixing these mistakes isn't about perfection. You don't have to cut out every coffee, cancel every subscription, or save half your paycheck overnight. What matters is building awareness and making small, intentional adjustments. Budgeting isn't about living a life of restriction. It's about designing a life where you're in control instead of money controlling you. And the best part? Once you start making these shifts, you'll notice something powerful. Your stress around money starts to fade. You'll no longer panic when your card gets declined, or scramble at the end of the month wondering where your paycheck disappeared. Instead, you'll have a plan, a system, and the confidence to enjoy your money while building a future at the same time. But here's where things get interesting. We've walked through the 9 big mistakes and we've covered the fixes. Now, in the final part, let's connect all the dots and talk about how you can actually put these fixes into practice in a way that sticks. Because knowledge alone doesn't change anything. It's the habits you build and the systems you design that truly shift your financial future. So now you know the 9 budgeting mistakes Gen Z is making and the fixes for each. But the real question is, how do you actually turn this knowledge into a system you'll stick with? Because let's be honest, most people hear advice, feel motivated for a week, and then slide right back into old habits. That's why the final step is about building routines that make good financial choices automatic, not something you have to force every single day. The first habit is automation. Whenever possible, set up automatic transfers for savings or investments the same day your paycheck hits. If the money moves out of your spending account before you even see it, you'll adjust naturally to what's left. This one move can completely change your financial life because it removes willpower from the equation. The second habit is weekly check-ins. Spend 5 minutes each week looking at your spending and making one tiny adjustment. Maybe you notice you overspent on food delivery. Set a smaller limit for the next week. Or maybe you find extra cash in your account. Send it to savings. By checking in weekly, you stay in control without letting problems snowball. The third habit is creating guilt-free spending money. If you try to cut every fun purchase, you'll burn out fast. Instead, set aside a fun budget. This is your money to blow on whatever makes you happy, no questions asked. Knowing you have space for fun actually makes it easier to stay disciplined with the rest. Next, build a long-term vision. Ask yourself, what do I actually want money to do for me? Maybe it's travel. Maybe it's buying a home. Maybe it's freedom from debt. Write it down, make it specific, and keep reminding yourself of it. When your goals are clear, every budgeting choice feels less like sacrifice and more like progress toward something real. And finally, don't forget the community factor. Most Gen Zers are already plugged into online spaces. Use that to your advantage. Follow finance creators who make budgeting relatable. Join group challenges where you save with friends. Even share your progress on social media if that keeps you accountable. Money doesn't have to be a lonely journey. It can be motivating when you see others chasing the same goals. So let's recap quickly. The 9 big mistakes are relying on vibes instead of a plan, seeing budgeting as restriction, ignoring subscriptions, leaning on buy now, pay later, skipping an emergency fund, abusing credit cards, not tracking spending, delaying investing, and letting lifestyle creep eat away your gains. The fixes aren't about perfection, they're about small, consistent habits that put you in control. Here's the bottom line. If you start addressing even 2 or 3 of these mistakes today, your future self will thank you. You'll save more, stress less, and actually enjoy your money instead of constantly worrying about it. And if you found value in this, don't just stop here, put it into practice. Because the truth is, financial freedom doesn't happen by accident. It happens because you make a plan, stick to it, and learn along the way. Remember, Gen Z is entering adulthood in one of the most financially challenging times in history. But with the right habits, you have the power to turn things around and create stability, security, and freedom for yourself. So the next move is yours. Start small, stay consistent, and watch your financial confidence grow. If this video helped you, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join us for more simple money tips that actually work in real life. Your guide to money confidence, one video at a time.